So, yeah, this technique is about a particular feeling. Dick Wilson would say, until you feel it, you can't see it. So you're staring into the mirror, kind of cross-eyed a little bit, right? Because you can't connect what you're feeling to what you're seeing, right? And that's the problem. And not quite knowing what to feel means you don't know what to focus on and to maintain, because you're not sure it's the right thing. And studying music is challenging on any instrument, and every instrument has its idiosyncrasies. This technique is actually is really about it for me, and these are just words, but for me there is a feeling that reminds me of what it would be like to not be holding a stick. Now again, how can you believe in something that would help you feel what it is this technique is about? But there's no stick in your hand. Right away, most guys would say, yeah, whatever, right? But to take the time to consider something that might be counterintuitive, I think is worthwhile. And so, you know, I told you about how important this starting position is. And I blew it off for years, not accepting that this was connected to something else as important, right? So when you're like this, waiting to play, or like this, or in your right, your arm is out, it's just, that's not what it's not going to work. You watch guys, you can watch guys online, and they'll be playing singles, and this is, I used to do this, with their elbows sticking out. Well, that's not bottom of the bead. You start to get the tip. You want to, yeah. So all these things start to connect, and certain things will become obvious as we go along. But this starting position is huge, or the technique won't work. And so, can you show me the starting position? See, it's coming along. You might not think that that's anything. All right, I can do this, but I still can't play. Well, this is a really big deal. I didn't know it for you, but I'm telling you it is. Yeah, right. Now, you notice that your right is a little, just a tiny bit more bent forward. Now, the human being is a series of lever systems and is considered a simple machine, the way the human body works. The way the hand works is like this perfect machine. It's really beautiful. And if we can believe in this idea that the wrist is leading, not only is it leading the arm and shoulder, upper arm, but it's also leading the fingers. It's just wrist, and you never have to do anything. How do you teach someone to do nothing? You see, it's also very tricky to teach, right? So you have to have the right starting position. So let's just meditate for a minute, because I think we'll save a lot of time. It feels like we're slowing down or maybe going backwards. Dick Wilson would talk about that. You're on the freeway, you know, and you're constantly someone is moving in front of you and you're having to back up, but you're going forward. Always remembered that. And so we're still going forward, okay? But we're just taking a step back and meditating on these feelings, because I think this could help. So this is very important, this feeling, right? So, you know, join me if you will. Arms are hanging, let them go by your side for a minute. Now you're holding, you sit, and it's okay. You sit as though you're on a drum kit, right? You're sitting like, and you can do that. But you're not on a drum kit. And if you go to the symphony and you watch, I've studied, or just Google a symphony orchestra, you'll notice everyone is kind of sitting in a similar way. And you don't have to do this. This is important. It would help it when you go to put your hands by your side. But this is comfortable for you for whatever, so that's fine. Because you'll be like this on the drum set, particularly if you're playing double pedal. Single pedal, you might, it's just 14 inches here, right? So how does that work? You can figure that out. But if you need to bring your legs in, yeah, however you need to get there, that's fine. See, you're just hanging. And now you're going to bring them up. Now mine aren't even in a grip. See, they got to be the same. See, your hands look different. And I notice that mine do too. Because if I'm just hanging out here, I'm not holding the stick. And I just kind of bring them up, they kind of look the same. You just don't. Your left hand is a little crooked down. Your right hand's a little closed. See, it's not right. Right? So yeah, just have fun with me right now. So let your arms hang by your side and let your hands go. Let's just see what they do. You come up. Chuck Silverman would say you're kind of in half turned over. No, see, your hands don't look the same. How is that possible? How? Your left looks better than your right. Your right looks closed. It shouldn't be it. If we're going to really let our arms hang by the side, go ahead and stand up and let your arms hang. Murray would have you shake everything out. He will stand up. Just stand up so I can see your hands. Well, the problem is, yeah. See the problem? Okay, do you see? See your right hand, how far the thumb is away from the first? And see, they look normal right now. Now, if you just bring them up, why would they change? Yeah, just bring them up. The forearm is parallel. Let's just see they're asleep. They just come up kind of in a half turned over sort of thing. A little better. So let's do it again. And then you're just going to leave them alone, and you're going to bring them up, and they'll have a certain look. Yeah. See, and if they're hanging by your side, and you really did just undo this, the anticubical fossa, this is another fulcrum. So if you just crease this fulcrum, the hand would come up. See, you're in half turned over if see, I'm not like this. I'm not in French. What happens if you really leave everything alone, and if I were to bring my right hand up, it would still be in half turned over. What would change? Why would anything change? Why would it suddenly do this, or this, or why would it do anything? It would just do this. So you're just here. No, your right hand closes up when you bring it up. Why? A little better, yes. Now, my fingers are almost a little spread apart. When they're hanging down here, there's some space in between this is important stuff. I know you might not think so, but come on, stretch your hand. There's some space. If I just let my hand hang, my fingers aren't together. They're apart. My hand is open. Open. It's open. You're not holding anything. If you were holding a ball and you went to let it go, it would be open. So bring your right hand up and is it open? Your right hand. Yeah, there you go. There. It's just open, normal. Put it back down, shake it out. Murray would say, doesn't a runner before a race shake everything out? And they do. And then you bring it up and it would just look like that. Better. In the left, you shake it out. See, it's kind of open. You can see some space in between the fingers. You'd bring it up and nothing would change. And you'd probably be in kind of half turned over. And then for snare drum technique, yeah, don't go holding them open, but that's more, yeah, it's much better. And then you would go into a little bit of a half turned over thing. See, so you start here, you get the feeling of the hand doing nothing. You bring it up, doing nothing, and it would look the same as it did hanging, only it would be don't go into some weird thing. We're just see how that wrist is straight here? This is why this contour is so important. See, the wrist is straight, and when I bring it up, it stays straight. I don't do anything with this fulcrum. This fulcrum is hanging. And if I just change the shape of my elbow fulcrum, this shape doesn't change. This shape stays. Right, this is a certain shape, okay? Yeah, and then Dick would have you roll into half turned over. Not half turned over, into turned over, because you're half turned over here. So he'd have you turn over and he'd say, and you just want to lose sight of the corner of your thumbnail. Don't start, there you go, yep. So you don't want to be so turned over you can't see the corner of your thumbnail. You just want to be able to see the corner of your thumbnail. Now I thought, all right, but once we're playing, I mean, that can't be that important, because what about when we're going into half turned over, or what if we're in French? So whatever, see? Not cool, not cool. This is a really big deal, but I didn't understand how important it was. Okay, so now we have an actual position. Let's do it again, let's go through it. We have the wrist, and it's just normal, straight, there's stuff, and it comes up and nothing changes, and our hand looks like, and then we roll it over into palm down position, where you just can't see the thumbnail. And it's just comfortable, and you're just like that. Not too much, just normal. Get that, the forearm is parallel to the floor.
It does pull tension here when I turn that way. This one I don't have tension.
Well, it's muscle memory. That wrist has been doing this for so long that it feels funny to do this. But unless there's something going on with you physically that would appear on an X-ray, right, or a CAT scan, or an MRI, right? I think it's just something that you're not used to. And you're right, when you turn this way, there's just the tiniest bit of tension in here. No, you lost it. See, you think that this doesn't matter, so whatever, and it's never really gonna work. May as well study molar. So you have to let everything drop. The wrist is a certain straightness, right? It's just hanging plumb. And then you bring it up, and the wrist wouldn't change. It's the same shape, and you're in half, but you're not in half turned over. So you didn't just change the contour of your anticubical fossa. You rotated. You did some kind of rotation. Because if you don't rotate and you leave everything alone, you'd come up in half turned over. Really? Is your right really like this when you're down here? I think your right looks more like this, where you can see the thumbnail. I don't think it looks like this. You bring it up and it looks like this. But if you really felt what it feels like down here, you'd see my thumbnails pointing at you, almost more like you're in French. Not quite. So you're in French. When you bring it up, you're not quite in French, but you're more in French. Like that. Now you can blow that off. Now you're going to rotate that into half turn into palm down. Just a little. Don't overdo it. It will get tight. Good. Good. That's so much better. So much better. Now you have a chance at feeling what it is this technique is about. Because now you're in this state of nothingness. We've done nothing. We've gotten into a position. Right? We've turned into, everything's perfect. You don't have to do anything. Now, we don't really have a grip. It's as though we're kind of just in this very neutral position. To develop the feeling of what a grip would be all about, we're in palm down, what we'd want to do is bend forward. I've had you do this. Now what happens when you bend forward? Say your fingers are just nice and relaxed. Just go ahead and bend forward or pronate. Come on, bend forward. Break your hand if you pushed it too much. There you go. It's beautiful right now. See? Don't take this lightly. Now, when you come back up, don't change anything. It's not going to feel like this totally neutral grip. We've now bent forward and the fingers have elongated and separated even more. See? That's why they look good, because you didn't come up doing this in your right, so that nothing can happen. there's nothingness. Half turned over into palm down, and then we bend forward and the fingers open even a little more. Now, if we bring the wrist or bend from the wrist and undo the pronation so that the wrist comes up, it's working beautifully. The fingers touch. They're not touching, are they? You can feel them separate right in here.
Right.
What is that? You've got one knuckle, two knuckles, right in the third knuckle area. You can feel them touch. If you were to, I know this just seems boring. I know, I get it. But if you were to, for instance, let's see. So I've got this business card in my hand, right? So you don't need to do this, but see, so because I've come back from being open to this, and I could, in a sense, I'm actually that third knuckle. The fingers have come together, and this business card just sits thusly in that space. Now, if I bend forward, it comes out. I can't put a business card in there now. Once I'm in this position, it'll just fall out. I need to come back to here. And lo and behold, I can hold something. I'm not holding a stick yet. See, that's the gig. You say, no, it's not. What are you talking about? Yes, it is. It's that. So when I bust you and you say, well, why is your right elbow sticking out? Because it's not that. Right? Why do you come up from down here and it should just be half turned over and you're like this? That's not it either. So you're not feeling this natural succession of feelings, but you do now. It's perfect, quite frankly. Now it gets tricky. That's why the feet are so easy, because we don't have to hold a stick. The feet, the toes, everything, which is why you should probably take a foot lesson, because it'll give you insight into how the hands and arms work. Okay? Okay. So we've come from this up to half turned over, where we're nice and, no, you're not half turned over. And they have to be exactly the same, where you could put a stick across from each other, wherever that stick might be, right? Can't be like this or like this. It's not bad. Relax your right hand. Okay, right? You're kind of in palm down, so yeah, you don't want to bend forward yet. You don't bend forward until you're ready to bend forward. The wrist is in that neutral position, right? And then you bend forward and the fingers open up even more. Now you can be bent forward, right? And they've come apart. You can't hold a business card. And then you're going to come back, and the finger's going to be more closed than when you brought your hands up from by your side. Don't be afraid to come up so they're really close. If you came up more, they'll close more. Watch. Come up more. Come on all the way up. Not your arms, or you won't feel the wrist controlling. They feel more closed in here, don't they? And it'd be harder to pull a business card out because the fingers are even more closed. That's the gig. So what we're doing is we are constantly searching for that feeling, right? So you want to, that's good. You're like the Buddha. They have to be connected to the ground, so they're touching the ground to form a closed circle. So I think, yeah. So it is very, right? It kind of has that look, the Buddha look. All right. So we want to learn to feel this to this. And that's all that's happening. But how do you hold the stick and feel? Now notice, this is open. Fingers are separated in that third knuckle. You've let go of something. It would fall to the floor. Now you're holding something. Now keep your arms nice and flat. Don't get it, don't do anything. Don't lose your Buddha. Now you're holding something. That's the gig. That's, in essence, that's squeeze and release. There right? Don't be afraid to let the wrist teach your fingers what to do. Let the right go. They really do open up so that there's nothing here. There you go. Don't start dipping your left down. They have to be flat. When you come back up, they should be both closed and both at the same height. Really good. All right, now how the heck do I teach you how to hold the stick and feel some of this? This is where it gets tricky. But that's it. Now, pardon me. That Chad Wackerman thing that I had you working on, it can provide insight into this. That's why I think it's so clever. Because now should I mention it? Or see, Dick Wilson wouldn't tell you a lot of stuff. He would. He'd be doing this all the time. He would tell you. But sometimes you don't want to over-inform the student or the patient. They don't need to know what's going on, maybe. All right, so you see why when we go from this, now just go ahead and put a stick, just your left is too, no, your left is just a little down. It's really got it. I want to know that when it comes back, it's going to be in that normal position. You're going to come up, it'll be half turned over with your fingers a little open, right? Then you're going to go into palm down, still with the fingers a little open. The only way you're going to get them to close is by pronating and feeling them open even more. No, and then you're going to come back, and then you'll be, what are we going to call this? Stick ready, right? You'll be ready to hold the stick. So if we're not going to hold the stick, imagine this is just a machine, right? It's like those machines that scoop dirt up from the earth. The guy pulls on a lever, and the machine goes, pulls up all this dirt. And then it goes, scoops it up, and goes up. Something like that, right? So this machine is going to open up, but not to scoop up dirt. It's opened up, prepared to take hold of. Okay, now it's a lumberjack thing, and they've got a crane or a device that lifts up logs. Right, and the thing goes down, and then it grabs the log and lifts it up, and now it's got a log, and they can take it anywhere they want. But as soon as the guy switches the lever, the machine goes, and the log gets dropped. So what we're going to do is we're going to be in this beautiful position, right? Get them the same. Your right's up higher than your left. Okay, now you open up, bend forward. You don't open your fingers, you bend forward, and they will open. It's the little guy in the machine, right? And then you're going to turn up, and they go, beautiful, dude. Now pronate and allow the machine to open up. Now you're going to take a stick and just put it somewhere under there, somewhere in there. Don't change the machine. It's just no. I'm not ready. No, you're not with me. You jumped. Where'd you go right now? Okay, it's just down here somewhere by your fingertip. What are you doing? I'm not doing that. Steve, you're ruining what are you doing? I'm holding the stick under, it's not touching my hand at all. It's not touching. No, maybe you can't see me, it's your phone. Now, is your hand open? Move a little to your right so I can see your hand because it's cut off. No. Swivel. Yeah, but you have to be sensitive. You have to swivel your whole chair. Your whole chair, you can't do this. No, okay. All right, fine. We'll do it together like that. Okay, now you got it. Now, you're gonna, you know how when you bring don't do it yet. When you bring your wrist up, fingers closed, like that. Okay, you did do it. Now, come down, back down. Put the log underneath. The machine is gonna have to pick up, just in here, close just to it. There you go. Now this time when the machine closes, it's gonna grab the log or the beam. No, you're closing your fingers. The only thing you get to do is turn your wrist. It'll close. You already, there. Come around and show it to me. You're out of frame. Back up a little bit. So don't change it. You got it. Okay, that's it. There you go. Now bring your hand up. Don't close your fingers. They'll close on there. You got it. That's how you do it. You're out of frame, so move. If we're working on your left, just move to your right or back up. Just back up a little. Back yourself up. There you go. Maybe, yeah. See, now you've got a really good grip. Now, we've worked on this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bend forward. What's going to happen when, no. What happens? What happens? What happens when you bend forward? With no stick. Now take the stick out. I told you this was like you don't have a stick. That's why nobody can get this technique. Because it just seems like hard to believe. Yeah, there you go. So bend forward and let the device open up. Right? Well, it would do that, wouldn't it? When you bend your wrist, and when you bend this way, the opposite, it closes. That way we can actually hold the stick. So go ahead and do that. But just don't close your fingers, just change your wrist position, and that'll hold the stick. See why that wrist position, you got it, it's beautiful. Now what happens is, we don't feel much of it. Now we're holding something, we feel something. Here, just for fun, go more to the middle of the stick so it's not so head heavy. This is for me. No, don't jump ahead, Steve. Okay, start again. Feed your logging device, the stick. There you go. Now, I just want you to slide the stick so your hand's almost in the middle of the stick. In the middle. No, in the middle of the stick. There. See, there's not much weight up front, is there?
No.
Like there's as much distance in front of the hand as behind the hand. So now you don't feel all this weight. So no, your grip is already looking. Why would your baby finger do anything but be in this position? Start again. You lost it. So your hand isn't holding. There you go. Feed yourself the stick. You got, not bad. See how your baby finger looks? Kind of closed, isn't it? All the fingers are kind of closed, right? Now we're coming over here, over the surface, kind of in the middle of the stick so it doesn't feel too head heavy. And you're just going to, as though there's no stick there, just allow this hand to open up. Just until you touch. Come on. Did it really do what you did when you had no stick? Did it? Go down slowly. It's good, Steve. You're getting it. Come back up, it grabs the stick. That's where it's open. And then when you come up, it feels like when you picked up the log. And then it opens up as though you're dropping the log. And now you're going to pick it up, back up. There, you got it. Drop the log, but just bend as much until you touch the surface. That's all you need to open until it touches. There. And guess what? You're parallel. This is the Martinez second parallel. So I've dubbed this the first parallel based on that very cool concept called the second parallel. See my hand just opened like there's no stick. It's just that I'm telling you. It's incredibly simple, but hard to believe. So if you really were to bend forward and touch, you'd lower, it's like you're gonna let go of the log, but you haven't gone so far that it lets go. But it's kind of let go. It's ready to, yeah, just don't go down too far. Just bend until you touch. Go down parallel. See, you're parallel here. See, the stick is parallel now. Now, when you turn back up and undo the pronation, reverse the pronation, and go to the first parallel, the hand closes. Just like it did in the air. Only you're barely moving, so it's very subtle. You go down until it becomes parallel. You let go of the log, but not quite. You're still holding it. And then you're going to lift it back up. That's it. Don't do anything with your arm. Beautiful. That's it. You see, so that's how you get an upstroke. That's how it never goes away. It's you wouldn't even think of it for singles. Right? And for rebounds, yeah, that's what we're thinking about. I'm always thinking about it. And now you got it. Okay? So, what happens when with no stick, the hand opens? With the stick,
the stick will go down parallel, like that. And you're parallel. Now and go on. Don't do it with your arm. You have to bend forward and let the stick go down parallel. Like you're dropping the log. The hand's going to open when you bend forward. There it is. Okay. Now, and your wrist has gone up, believe it or not. When you drop the log, this huge device, this gigantic machine, Caterpillar, who makes those devices? His countervail had gone up a little bit. The wrist is up. So now all you're going to do is you're going to turn up and come back. And you should be back to the closed feeling. That's your squeeze. Now you're going to let the machine open up, start to drop the log. Goes down parallel. Now, where's your baby finger? Because it should just be like this. It shouldn't be, when you came up like this, your baby finger looked like this. Why? What does that have to do with this machine that only moves in two ways? It either does this or this. That's it. It never does this or this or this with the thumb that you used to do. It's just what a human body would do. So once we start to lower the log, let your arm hang, let the elbow just hang. It's not doing anything either. The whole caterpillar is going to fall over. Something's wrong. Charlie, we got to adjust this thing. There's something going on right here. Okay, I'll reattach it. Oh, the whole machine straightens back up. Okay, we lower it back down, and it opens up. As you start to drop the log, you've gone down parallel. Now, the stick is just sitting in my hand. Nothing extraordinary has happened, but I am open. And then as I turn up, remember when you turned up, the hand closed? Yeah, it closes, and then you make a strike. And by the time you're done, the whole thing will be closed. Go on now, turn up to the ceiling, and come down. What's your baby finger doing? What? Start again. It has nothing to do. The baby finger just is either open or it's closed. There you go, and finish. There, so you're closed now. You should be at that place where you picked up the log. Don't be on the surface. You're just parallel. You're at the first parallel. Half an inch or an inch above the surface. Baby fingers under the stick, slang in the hand. Is the baby finger truly closed? And no, don't show me like that. Take the stick out of your hand. Come down here. You have to be really patient to get this. And then you come up and you'll be in half turned over. And the fingers will be kind of open. And then you turn it over a little, roll over it into palm. Now the only way you get, your fingers are still open because you started with the hanging apparatus. And you come up, they be open. I go into palm down, and then I let them open even more by pronating. You don't go opening them. It has to be from the wrist. Bend the wrist. There. See? No, come on, just keep it there. Open, 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 open. There, you got it. Now you're going to feel even more closure because you've opened up. And there. Your baby finger. Feel it? It's all cozy. It's all snuggled up against your ring finger. You could put a credit card right in here, in between any one of these knuckles. Right? You got it. So when you go to make your throw, you'd be back to this. It just goes this and then closes. So let's do that with no stick. What are you doing now? What on earth? No. You have to do the whole thing. Right? This is really kind of spiritual, actually. Right? Right? So we're going to bend forward and let the hand open. Really good. And we're open. So this is going to be, we're not holding a stick, so everything's a little exaggerated. This can't hurt because this is so relaxing. Don't go moving it forward. Don't give me all this stuff. Just let it hang. Okay. Right. And now you're gonna, wrist has gone up. Should be a little bent. Right. It's a little bent. And you're gonna turn up to the ceiling. It's gonna start to close, and you're gonna finish all in one smooth strike. No, I thought it had to be flat. You're in a pronated position with your fingers. It's like you did this. I don't get it. No. If you get it, it comes back to here so that you can do this again. Okay, now bend forward. Feel the fingers open. Come on up. They'll start to close. Make a little wrist turn. Come back. Why do you come back so that you're pronated? You have to come back to the flat place. I can tell it's where you're going to pick up the log. And you keep doing this. What? There. Now you're ready to pronate. Let go of the log. Good. Turn up to the ceiling and come back. Come on, smooth motion. No, you went a little too far. You're too far forward. It's got to come back flat like that. Do it again. Now you can pronate. Release. Make it turn to the, come on, one smooth motion. There. Release. Let go of the log. Go on up. Do it again. Go, come on, one smooth motion. Don't go too far down. Good. Release. Gone up. Turn smooth. Come on, make one. There. Release. Turn and close. Release. Turn and close. There, you got it. That's what it is. So that if you have a stick in your hand, you would get release. You'd get release. See? Release. You get release. You have a release. You get release, and then close. Release. Close. Release. Close. Release. Close. All right. See? I don't know what you're doing. So, okay. Yeah. Oh, good. That's a good sign when you drop a stick. See, first you have to be the logging machine. Don't almost stop. That was one pretty good one. Your elbow's nice and relaxed. Now you're just gonna go ahead and lower the stick and let it open. But why'd your elbow come out? Would it make it does come out, but it looked like you moved it out. So let's see. What does the elbow do? Oh, I heard bouncing. Now you're developing knowledge that your right doesn't have. There. Okay. Yeah, because you let go of the log. You see? It's just this and this. That's it. But if you don't believe me, it'll never work. Right? And if you never set up flat so you can pronate and feel dropping the log, it'll never there. So we could do it remedially and just, it's good, Steve. Okay, no, just stay with me now. Don't go, as Murray would say, don't go off half cocked. So we're just gonna release. Let's put the log down. Split it. You don't even make a note. Just turn and let go of the log. The machine, this giant caterpillar machine, is just going to log down on the forest floor. So it just goes from close. Bring it up. Remind yourself. Fingers kind of closed. Then they kind of you let go of the log from the wrist. Don't open your fingers. You're kind of nice. It's parallel, and then you're going to come up, and everything's going to close. Yeah, just turn your wrist. Make a strike. There. Why are you touching the surface? You have to come back to the first parallel, or you can't put the log down again. You don't come back and then put the log down. That's the gig. First we release, then we bring the log up. Everything comes, and you got it. Why is your elbow out now though? It should just be relaxed. Steve, you got it. Now what happens? It happens pretty quick. If we actually go to make an upstroke, it would just be, say we're just getting this little release. It's this and this, right? That's all it is. It's this logging caterpillar device. It seems to be working for you, right? And so it happens real fast, but it has to happen. You get the whole thing started by dropping the log, but before the log can settle down onto the forest floor, the bead touches, the thing starts to go down parallel. It's almost like you're going to lay the whole log down. It would touch and it would go boop. See, it's in slow motion. It would be letting go of the log, coming up, and then stopping down so it can let go of the log again. It happens really, whoa. Yeah, it happens real fast. It's just that little drop where you really truly feel the log start to fall, but you never let go of it. And so it falls, and then you turn up right away. It's very brief. Yep, there you go. Do that in the other hand. Do that in the other hand.
No, 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 no. You see? Don't pull the old Kevin Crabb. Well, it doesn't matter, 'cause I'm in French, so it wouldn't be like that anyway. Oh, what's the big deal if I just put my, let's hear myself probably saying that stuff, though I probably wouldn't have admitted it. I told you what it has to be like. It has to be that the elbow is hanging by the side. You'd come up with no stick and remind yourself, and you'd be in half turned over. Well, are you? You have to get all parts of it. Wrist is straight. No, you're in palm down. If you're really almost in French down here, almost in French. There you go. There you go. Comes up with the thumb kind of pointing at the corner of the room. And then you rotate so the thumb is kind of pointing at the wall. And don't hold your arm out. It's got to be by your side, or this stuff won't work. Let it hang here. Let it hang. Okay. And it should be kind of open, and it's going to open even more. We're not quite ready to hold anything yet. Going to open up the caterpillar. Come on, bend forward, pronate. Don't go doing it. The whole secret is you don't do it. You just bend your wrist and believe. There, you got it. No, wait. Got it. Right, and then you close, and it picks up the log. Everything closes. You bend forward, it drops the log. Don't do it with your arm where the whole thing doesn't open and close. It just, whole thing moves as a unit, and now the wrist never motivate. The machine is broken. You have to bring Charlie out, and now he's got to fix this part of the machine. There, it's working again. And then when you pronate back, or undo the pronation, you would come back to the first parallel. Right. And so you're going to let go of the log. And then you turn up, it starts to close, and you make your blow. Come on. Just turn your wrist and make a strike. There. That's it. Now put a stick in your hand, see if you can do it. On the other hand, we learn to feed the hand. Right? Well, come on. No, you just faked it. You're not fooling. Dick would say the only one you're fooling is yourself. You're not fooling me. No, don't hold your arm out. Let that arm be by your side. It's not like this at all. That's using muscles in the shoulder that you don't need to. No, you just opened your hand up. It has to be from the wrist. I know we're getting heavy today. Okay, that's kind of good. And now with that nose, yeah, there you go. Now you're open. Put the stick under. No. The stick goes, no. Start again. Don't. Okay, now as you bring your wrist, you're going to have to lift the stick up to accommodate it, I guess, huh? Feed your hand. Turn the wrist up. Hands, don't go, no, baby finger didn't close. Look at your baby finger, it sucks. Here. Just start again. No, you didn't do it from the wrist. Your fingers are closed but open. So I know it's not right. You're not fooling me. You have to be in this position. We've gone from this to closed. Bend forward. No, don't do it fast. Smooth. Smooth machine. And then it would close. Then we're going to open it properly, like that. You put the stick underneath, so when you turn back up and the hand closes, all the fingers will close. And there, you got it. That's how you hold the drumstick. Now, when you bend forward, you're going to drop the log, or start to, and the stick will go not quite parallel. It's a little up in the air. It didn't really just open up and tap. Not bad. And now you see your wrist is bent. It's gone up. Now just turn to the ceiling and make a blow. Your hand will close. Don't go too far. Like that. Not. You're ready to let the log go again. Lower it to the ground. Let it. Okay. Turn up to the ceiling. Let the device close. Good. You're ready to let the log go again. You can release. There you go. You released. You started to go up. Boom. Oh, you touched. You didn't stop at the first parallel. You got to stop at the first parallel so you have somewhere to release to. It's just a second. All right. So it's coming along. Right? Now, left's a little better than your right. See? It's actually true if you're really using this technique. I know you can fake it with your right and you think your left isn't. No, not really. That's what I wanted to adjust your thinking. Your left is actually more developed. It's been to school a little bit longer. You know, the left is in what, 6th grade, and your right is in 5th grade. Right? In reality. Now let's see how that fits into, that's good. Let's see how that fits into this Chad Wackerman, right? Dig. So, first we have to remind ourselves how to hold the stick. That's why this thing is cool, right? See? And then you do this. And you do this, and you can feed yourself the stick. Or you could go into a closed position, which I had to do up here. And then you could feed the stick while you're closed. But it's got to be from the wrist. It looks pretty good. That feels kind of good, doesn't it? Because you're not doing anything. It's like you're not, it's like you could take the stick out, it would be in that, go ahead and take the stick out with the other hand. It's beautiful. No, you did this to grab the stick. If you want to grab the stick, you have to bend forward to let it open up. Take the stick out. No, take the stick out. Don't cheat. Okay, now you can actually feel the hand close properly. Come on, lift the wrist up. There. That's what it feels like. That's this technique. Don't do anything yet. So now that's our grip. That gives us a beautiful grip. We know the fulcrum is somewhere in the first three fingers. And when you play, the back fingers will open up just like they do now, but something's got to hold the stick. Here's where it gets tricky. First finger and thumb, they're firm, comfortable, constant, so they're going to hold the stick. It's the middle finger. How does it feel this, but maintain some part of the three-finger grip? That's where it gets a little tricky, right? So now we're going to just play by feel. So we have this beautiful caterpillar grip, meaning isn't that the company that makes this machine? And it does that, all right? And we've got the stick, and we're closed, so-called closed. Now we're turning up, and we're still closed. It feels like what it did down here, only I've turned up to here. Not much has really happened. That's how I'm perceiving it. So I'm closed, right? Kind of closed here. I've had you do this, very relaxed. Now, as I turn down, when I get to parallel, now I'm here at that parallel position where I picked up the log. Any further bending, this is why this position is from, any further bending will be me putting the log down on the surface. You have to know that. You have to know that spot. You have to know when you get to the first parallel. The hand isn't going to start to open until here. This is when you get this secret sauce. And that's what's happening. Okay? You see, you got it. And then, if you were to just come back to parallel, the hand would close and you pick the log back up. Right? Or we can turn back up like Chad Wackerman, all the way back up to here and the hand would be closed. Okay? So, you're holding the stick properly. You're going to turn up 6 inches. No, just don't go out to the side. This wrist is straight. We go straight up. Why would it do anything? There you go. You don't need to come up quite that high. Now, just about there. Right? You feel the very relaxed grip because it's just the machine that just, it's not tight at all. It's just closed. So it's not tight, but it's closed. Now you're just going to, remember when you get to this first parallel and cross through it, that's where you start to drop the log onto the floor. It's and you just get that. Let's see if I can do it. See? Ooh. No, watch what I'm doing. Sorry, that's not you, that's me. I haven't really explained. You know, we've done this before, but it's just the Chad Wackerman thing where I want you to let it dribble. See, I really didn't. See, I'm open. You didn't come through parallel and let the log go drop on the floor. Now you have to come up. It's a normal grip, and it gets to there, and now you're going to roll forward, and the log's going to go to the floor. Almost. Why are you sticking your baby finger out right now? I thought you were in the, I just picked up the log mode. Well, now what are you doing? No. Just find your grip. That's like you fed yourself the, that's like you fed yourself The open hand gets fed the stick. I don't know what's happening here. It's something a little strange, right? Okay, and then we come up. Something straight, little strange. I'm going to sink a little bit. Okay, and then when we get down, we're coming down. Come on down slowly. Okay, wait. You're at the first parallel. Any further, and the hand's going to start to open. Go a little further. Let the hand open. Come on, let it open. There, and you're parallel. And now you're going to come back up to the Chad Wackerman 6-inch. It's all going to close. It'll close when you get to parallel. Just go to the first parallel. No, just back. Your second parallel, go to first parallel. Go to second parallel. You're getting this. Come on, get down parallel. Let the caterpillar machine open. Bend forward. Lower the log. Come on, lower it. There, you did. You're open. You're drop. And now you're just going to come back to the first parallel, and the machine's going to close. And if you come back further, it stays closed. Not so high, just back. Remember, 6 inches. And so all we're looking to do is this. Watch. Now, but take the stick out of your hand. Told you, it's like you're not holding the stick. Looks really good. And now we're just going to go, not going to go too far. We're just going to go plop. Yeah, just let it open. There. You don't go showing me. I get it. That's very cool because you got it. Now, if you come back just to parallel, the first parallel, the hand will close. And we're going to come all the way up. It'll stay closed. Right. And you're just going to go boom, and let the whole thing open. Smoothly. That's all it is. Come back up. Bloop. That's what it is. Only have a stick in your hand. So you get this. Look, I'm open. I'm open and I'm parallel. Come to the second parallel. Oh, wait. So I'd be here. Let's see if I can get this. If I come to here, it closes. I'm going to come back up. It's still closed. And then I'm just going to just watch. I'm open. And it dribbles. Then it closes. Closed now. I go back up to Chad, 6 inches. And I let that happen. It really doesn't start to open until I get to the first parallel. That's it. Look, you're getting rebounds. Do it again. Closed. Oh, you didn't let it open. I know you didn't, because I get it. It's like scary. It's like, ah, right? But it's really just opening when it gets down to here. So it's this tiny little, from parallel, first parallel to second parallel. It's this little thing right in here. You did it. You did it. Yeah, that's how you get rebounds. You're just looking to, but the hand has to open. Nothing shaking. It's like nothing. It's like there's no stick in your hand. You do it without a stick. Just does that. Do it with a stick. It just does that. Look. It does this to this. Or it does this to this. That's it. Almost. Gonna let that hand open. Remember, you'll feel a little separation in the third knuckle. Yeah, it's nice and open. Then you'll feel it closed. All the fingers will get snuggled together. They come up all still snuggled together. Then when they get right to the first parallel, they start to separate. And you get that. Not bad. See? Look how relaxed. You look like Perry Como. Remember SCTV? Most relaxed singer in the world, Perry Como. And they cut to him, he'd be laying on the stage with a microphone laying on the stage. Very relaxed. Most of the kids out there, they don't even know who Perry Como is. So, and I know you do. I know you do.
Yes.
That's really what, Steve, that's really what it is. You see? So that's what I'm going to have you practice. Really, you just got it today. I mean, you actually, and I took you through every part of it. And there's not much. Because all it really is is going from the first parallel to the second parallel. First parallel to the second parallel. And you really have to feel that. To get to where you need to go, you start with everything open, you come up, you don't cheat, you enjoy the feeling, the meditation of coming up and running the thought process. Am I in half turned over? Are my fingers relaxed like they were down here? And then I'm going to turn into palm down, and I shouldn't see the corner of my finger down. Looking good, but even though I'm in palm down, my fingers are kind of open. So how do I hold a stick? Stay with me here now. And so I have to pronate a little more. Now they open up even more. And then when I come back, they close. Now I'm ready to put a stick in my hand, or this is what it would feel like with a stick in my hand. It's just better. So that's how you see the throw has elements of this to this, this to this, right? This to this, this. You just gotta let it go. Right? You get See? Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open. Yeah. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open. Really gotta feel that. Then you start to get that relaxation that Murray was talking about. Open, close, open, close, open, close. See it? You get that nice clean sound, and that's all it is. That's all I'm doing. Which you felt today. Excellent. So you're just going to meditate. You're going to meditate on getting into this position, because this is an important part of it. Don't throw this away. You want to make sure you're in what would be that Chuck Silverman talks about. You should go find that video. Chuck talks about it. He says, if you're standing up with your arms hanging by your side, you're in half turned over, right? And then Dick would have you, and your hand would be loose and open. It would be loose and open, normal. And then you bring it up, and it's still loose and open, but you couldn't hold a stick like this. And then even if you rotate into palm down, you can't hold a stick like this. It'll just fall out of your hand. So if you get the feeling, we pronate. Now we really can't hold a stick. We've just dropped it. And then when we come back, now we're holding it. It's that machine, that caterpillar machine that would pick up a log, and by virtue of turning the wrists up towards the ceiling, just so you're back to your first parallel position, you have a grip, you have the potential for a release, you've got everything. It's all there. So you're just going to go through that process. Chuck Silverman, arms by the side. Come up. Are they open? Are you in half turned over? Then you're going to rotate to palm down. Are your arms at the same level? Then you know you can't hold a stick like this, so you're going to pronate. And then your fingers open up even more. And then you're going to undo the pronation. Well, I should come up with a name for that. There is a name. Not now, because I can't think of it. Right? And so we now have a grip. We let go of said log or the beam, the lever arm, and then we pick it up. Then to make a motion, we go down parallel. So we just put the log back down on the floor, but just for a minute, because we're going to turn up, everything's going to close. If we're going to play rebounds, we just keep that closed position, turn up to that Chad Wackerman 5 inches, or whatever it is, and we turn down, and we just get that. And the hand really starts to open right when it gets to the first parallel. Drops the log, comes back up, and your hand works without you doing anything. It's really whoever created this human body,
you know, pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna turn off the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's heavy.